And that's the prize. I've got my little noise stethoscope here, and I'm hearing the knocking right through the rod there at the unit, the blend door valve. So I just got to finish getting access here. My plan is to pop out these other vents here just to give me a little more clearance, and maybe I'll get a little luckier than some of the other videos on this topic. Thank you. Okay, so I have just slid the unit in loosely. That was my go back in process, and then what I did is I made myself a little bent screwdriver to get better access. Just heated up the bend in a bench vise and bent it over a little bit, but then I was able to insert back here. You can't see it because there's totally insufficient light, but I was able to you know, push and finagle the electrical connector back into its slot. It popped out when I pulled out. I don't think there was any retention tab on it originally after the last person got in here, so a little bit thankful for that. But again, the short wiring harness there was just a bear, so I had to create a little bit of longer finger tool to get in there and do that. So now I'm just going to you know, position it, get it to where I can get this screw in, and I do have the back pin in here, which is a secondary thing to keep out rotation, but I won't have the far bolt. That wasn't in there, part of the initial part installation that I removed, so this was really in there by just that one bolt before, but we're gonna try to put it back together now. Okay, the part is now in there, and I made myself yet another little tool just made out of a tint spike, and bent the end so I could use this to position the hole, and then I used just another bar just to raise it up and give it a little bit of pressure, because the teeth or the splines that are in this motor unit didn't align with the rest of the assembly above. So what I ended up doing, instead of trying to jerk this around and twist it, is I just put the key in and cycled through the temperature range on the console panel, and that would turn the spline, and then it just dropped in at one point. And so I need to bring this hole back to this point where I can put the screw in, but that I'm just going to turn the key again and run the controls, and it should counterspin by reaction forces there, and I should be able to line these up, and then I truly will be in the put it all back together mode. Okay, so this is just a shot showing that with the ignition on, powered up, I was just able to cycle through the temperature, and it aligned the tab of where I need to put the screw on perfectly. So 60 degrees was my magic number, but it could be different depending upon when people deactivated their system and started tearing it apart. The index would be different. So, but that was something I haven't heard in all of the videos, so I thought I'd share that as well. Onward.